We're well aware of the hate for the Khajiits in the world of Skyrim. I mean, just... What the... Look at her! She's putting her shit away while I'm chilling at her inn. At least this guy's looking at me like we're chill. Or not, he's probably watching me to see if I'm gonna grab something. But there is a good person among us all who has created this awesome set for the Khajiits. Introducing the Northern Roadwatch Garb. Looking absolutely fluffy and comfy, Khajiits will now stop looking for the warm sands and instead the cold tundra, since this set is so thick and padded it's probably gonna cook them inside if they step back into hot weather. The design of this set features a bit of asymmetry around the pants area, which I think is quite a good trick since it helps in catching the attention of people for the lack of balance somewhere. In terms of placement, I mean, and this can be seen in a lot of designs these days. Honestly, it's very effective and can be pretty, like this one. Also, this comes with SMP physics if you haven't noticed yet. And here's a couple of shots to look at and convince you to get this armor set and make your Khajiit character look like a cute, furball, something killer. This set can be crafted once you unlock the advanced armor smithing perk, and don't be alarmed if you notice that the gauntlets are invisible. This is intentional for balanced reasons, according to the mod author. Since we just had a fluffy, warm, well-padded armor, how about we have one that's the complete opposite? If you've watched Game of Thrones and are a fan of Dorne and the Sand Snakes, then this one is definitely for you. Look sick and cool under the sun with Arby's Sand Snake armor. It's time to teach those bandits a lesson for slacking off, not raiding cities like they are supposed to, and keeping the guards waiting for them to make their next move by infiltrating their forts and slicing them the fuck up while looking like a badass sand warrior. Comes with a pair of boots with glorious heels, you better strut your way into battle with this armor. And here's the front and back view so you can see how neat the silhouette is. You can switch from wearing this flowy skirt to a belt that will keep your waist snatched. It's absolutely modular and you can pick between 3 options for the shoulder wraps and van braces. As you can see, this armor is for females only, can be used on V-Hump and 3BA, and can be crafted once you get the Elven Smithing perk. Although it requires animated armory for the spear that comes with it, they have an optional file that will allow you to use the weapon without it, just that you won't see the special animations added to the weapon. So you better get your gear on and let them know how dangerous the sands can be. Strange Runes is probably a staple to almost every mod list out there, including yours and mine, since those floating runes popping out of our hands when we cast shit just makes everything look more magical. Seeing runes spinning around while you're channeling flames has always been some sick stuff, my dudes and gals. What if I tell you that it's getting an overhaul? That's right, and it's right here. Runic Arts' Strange Runes Visual Overhaul. With this mod, Strange Runes turn from palm discs into cylindrical concentrations of magic, spinning around a caster's wrists. It doesn't have many particles going on, like fire spells firing off specks of flames and all that, but it has its own charm, and it's more apparent when in first-person view. Although it's really dope, there are still some minor things that could be adjusted, like runes clipping through armor. It's recommendable to wear gloves, something that isn't too bulky on the arms, or even better, no gauntlets at all. It has been mentioned by the mod author that they are going to add an optional file that will increase the size of the runes, so we just have to be patient. The way I see it, the original Strange Runes make it look like the source of magic are the runes themselves, but with these, the character becomes more of the source. It could be another great way to write a character's lore, or simply for taking pictures with a different approach in magic. But that's just my opinion. Let me know about yours down in the comments. We have plenty of mods that enhance the meshes and textures of deer and elk in our games, and hunters are living and thriving as a result. Because as you know, high poly and better textures equals more septims. And since we're talking about deer and elk, we're bringing in this mod called Deer Reworked Ultimate. This is what happens when you combine 6 awesome mods into one, upgrading your deer and elk with just a few clicks. Who the hell wouldn't want that? Each mod has been improved, textures have been adjusted to make sure they look more consistent, and proper hooves have been added, so this way, when you spot a deer or elk out in the wild, you can confidently say, now that is a deer. When installing, you can choose between regular and fluffy meshes. The white stag has 2 variants you can choose from as well, either an elk or reindeer. Reindeer being a standard look in vanilla Skyrim. It features more realistic antlers for male elk, more realistic antlers for female elk, better looking antlers for reindeer, more realistic furned antlers for elk trophies, real elks, and fluffworks. It's probably going to be another excuse for us to turn our gameplays back into stealth archer mode, cause this turns elk and deer into prettier targets, so you better forget about becoming a paladin or some shit. Next on our list is a mod that introduces a new kind of werewolf that will haunt the Reach, along with Forsworn and Hag Ravens who terrorize those lands. Here we have Werewolf Behemoths. These bastards are apparently stronger than the usual werewolves we encounter in the wild. Not sure if they're stronger than the companions though. Probably not, hopefully not. One thing about it is that they will only start spawning once you hit level 35, and will also appear in certain spots when you reach level 45. So you've got plenty of time to prepare before you encounter these assholes and not have your ass whooped so easily. In my experience, their hits are not 100% accurate, but once they land a smack on you, you're definitely in the danger zone. So it's best to stay cautious and not mess around, unless you've got more than enough armor to tank a couple of hits while staying fresh and not sliced up, cause you still have to kill Alduin to World Eater, remember? You're Dragonborn. An optional file is available if you want to use this as a werewolf replacer as well, so your werewolf appearance will be getting a visual overhaul, which would be extra awesome if you're a companion at heart. So knowing that the people of the Reach are having a damn hard time living every single day and you just want to make things worse for them, link is provided down below for you to download this mod and possibly obliterate the population in that part of Skyrim. We don't really see much of rain and blood barrels around Skyrim, and they can only be spotted in very few places, caves and a castle of bloodsuckers. Still, the models are old and raggedy, and that's why we're gonna glam them up with Cisterns of Skyrim. Using base object swapper, those old shitty meshes are gonna gain more polygons and high resolution textures cause we want them looking sharp and realistic. These barrels offer an option to have 3D blood puddles instead of 2D, give a potion of blood when using a blood vat, and have animated drops of water and blood dripping from spigots, making things more immersive. I should probably add immersive in this video's title. Finally, as mentioned earlier, there's not a lot of these barrels, so this mod offers an option to distribute more around world space, mainly in farms and vampire lairs. Cause having like, what, 5 barrels? That shit ain't enough. Here we have the list of available patches so far. You just know the farmers are loving this shit. They recently got upgrades to wheat, chicken coops, and now rain barrels? Expect lower prices in crops this month. If not, we're starting to fucking rally. Stendarr's beacon in vanilla Skyrim, let's be honest, sucks ass. Given that only a few vigilants stay there, it still lacks a lot of element. So we're forgetting about the vanilla version and focusing on the new one from ItzIvy's Stendarr's Beacon Overhaul. This place looks better with clutter taking the right spots, enhancing the experience of visitors in a way. A new room has been added for the vigilants to have a proper sleeping quarters, cause sleeping on the floor is lame. Now they have comfy beds to pass out on. Few new walls now stand on the entrance on one side, making it seem like there's an actual civilization shit happening there. This overall also adds a nav mesh for NPCs to hang at. It's basically a lighthouse now, so they can inspect their surroundings better, see the dangers lurking faster, and make the place look more pleasing. Come on, it's right next to Riften where thieves are common. This change totally makes sense. Lastly, what's a beacon without a damn light source? Thank you, Ivy and Missileman. A shack now exists right in front of the tower, which starts off as a dilapidated one, and will be fixed 7 days after you take the Dawnguard quest, where the Hall of the Vigilant is destroyed by vampires. You're not a Daedra worshipper, are you? Then put this in your mod list and have Stendarr's mercy upon you, for the Vigilants have none to spare. That's all I got for this video. Let me know which mods you guys picked and how you're enjoying it so far. Don't forget to endorse thy mods and support thou authors and the free shit they're giving us. Have a nice day. Hey, who the fuck stole my Sweetroll?